Yo guys, what's going on? LuckyRave is back again to give you guys a discussion video on Fairy Tail. And this time we're going to be talking about all the collections and mementos that Natsu has held on to throughout his entire journey with the team.
The universe just loves proving me wrong, doesn't it?
You make it too easy.
I think it says so much about his character. And the very first one I want to talk about. This one's actually funny. The signature from Bora. The one that said Salamander, I think is actually pretty funny. Because if you notice it, like, he has it pinned up to the wall. And this was like so early on in the story. Because Natsu is referred to as Salamander, right? So to him it's kind of like, yo, this is a disgrace. I'm gonna just keep it to show my pure, honest, like, gutmost hatred. I don't acknowledge it whatsoever. This next one says so much because it's the very first job that he ever took with Lucy. Y'all remember with Daybreak, the book that him and Lucy were tasked to pick up from Duke Everlew? And it was the whole mission where Lucy had to dress up as a maid. Which, funny enough, you actually see the maid outfit there too.
You serious?
Honestly, it says so much about, like, how special that outfit was for Natsu. Not necessarily in a romantic sense, but more so about, like, what that first quest, like, meant to Natsu, and indirectly saying that Natsu does feel something towards Lucy that even he probably doesn't realize it just yet.
I see.
And the next one. This one, honestly, I find kind of amusing. So he has rubble, like just random rocks, which you would think doesn't amount to much, right? But this is actually rubble from when he broke into the Magic Council when Urza was put on trial. It was just funny altogether, but the fact that he held on to that, I thought was kind of funny. The next one that we have after this is him holding a necklace from Galuna Island. This one's kind of cool. Kind of shows the importance of what happened there with Gray and with Deliora and everything. The next one we get from there, I don't necessarily think we had this in the manga per se, from the special chapter that was called Welcome to Natsu's House. I don't think it's from that, but I know it was in the anime.
Say what?
This is in regards to Mavis's treasure, drawing of herself. Like, she did a drawing of herself, Yuri, Ward, Prek, and Zira. And Natsu just has that, like, framed, like, in his room. Which also says a lot about, like, how Natsu's connection is with the first Guildman. Especially when you take the whole Beta Heaven sequence into account, 200 Years Quest. That says so much about, like, his connection to Mavis. But it doesn't just end there. The latest one-shot that came out, right, the special chapter that we got just a couple weeks ago, had a couple more, like, insights that we got. One of which is a doll of Urza. Now, I'm not entirely sure where this one comes from necessarily, but the fact that Natsu has this, I think just kind of shows how Natsu feels about Urza, especially when it gets, like, very scary. It's like, oh, I'm gonna just pretend that's Urza. The next one, after the Grand Magic Game, everyone's, like, having that, you know, celebratory, like, party going on. Remember when Natsu, like, stepped in, like, as the king and he had the crown? Yeah, he has that. I thought just hanging on, like, one of the tree branches. I thought that was actually kind of amusing to see. And the next one we have after that, and I've seen a lot of people making a claim that this is the same, you know, souvenir that he got from Galuna Island. But that's not the case. And if you notice it, that's from Acnologia. This one actually shows, like, how much of a big deal Acnologia was to Natsu. Considering that Acnologia was the one that not only caused trouble on Tenro Island, but was the sole responsibility of ending Igneel's life. And Natsu made it his mission to take down Acnologia once and for all. And he did accomplish that. So Natsu keeps it as a memento that this was the guy who took down my father. And I'm holding on to it because of what it meant.
That's it. That explains everything.
All these little, like, Easter eggs, little nuggets of, like, what Natsu's had throughout his journey And especially like before he like actually goes off on the 100 Years quest. Really great, really awesome, and it just kind of gives you a chance to like reflect back on the series in more ways than one. With that being said, you guys, how do you guys feel about like all these little mementos that Natsu's kind of like collected throughout the journey of Fairy Tail? And what do you think that says about who Natsu is as a person? And aside from that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm LuckyRave. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Fairy Tail content here on Mashima content, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Later.